Willy Wonka, the amazing chocolatier. Willy Wonka, everybody give.
Don't touch that spoiler squirrel's nuts. This is spoilers.
So much generosity, there's no way to contain it.
I feel like you forgot how the board works. Pappy.
There's a lot of pressure on me right now. Hey, Pappy, you host. Pappy, you pull the clips. Pappy, you provide treat of the week.
Forget about it. We don't need the spoilers theme. It's fine.
Laffy Taffy Gobstoppers. This is a special spoilers episode, Josh. I feel like you were the one pushing for. Can you tell what this is?
Yeah, I will tell the audience what this is. This is a Willy Wonka deep dive. Maybe how do you say his name? Roald Dahl. Roald Dahl.
Yeah.
The original author of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. And this, right? The book is actually called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Correctamundo.
Yes.
And so maybe that's the reason we're starting with Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, but eventually we're going to hit up the Timothée. We're going to hit up the original 1971. Maybe Shad in a little bit has some insights to why we're starting with the Depp one, but we can get to that in a minute.
We'll introduce the host here. Opening question. Gonna go with a couple different options. You can take this any way you want. Either favorite remake of all time, anything on Johnny Depp. Thoughts? Who do you think was guilty in the Amber Heard trial? That'd be a fun way to take it. Like,
Pappy's got real intense eyes in person here as we sit.
Who did it? And I think that's probably a good start, right? Any musicals you like? Oh, I know. Favorite IMAX experience, if you have one. I'm going to throw that in there as well. And I'll go first. I saw this movie in IMAX in Chicago. IMAX, baby. It wasn't my favorite IMAX experience, but that was pretty cool. I did not follow the Johnny Depp Amber Heard situation very closely.
A lot of poop.
There was that. Yeah.
A lot of poop?
A lot of attention on the poop.
Like who pooped in the sheets? That was a big.
It was a lot of like Frank Reynolds poop the bed like type trial shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
They should have got Reginald Vell Johnson to be the judge.
Exactly.
Like Always Sunny.
Exactly.
I'll allow it.
Just other thoughts on Johnny Depp real quick. Just a really handsome. I was talking to Stevie about this. Like an incredibly handsome dude who like transforms himself a couple times. This being one of them. But I'll leave it there. Stevie, you wanna go next?
Oh man. IMAX experience, not my favorite director by any means, but easily one of my favorite movie experiences I've ever had in my life, which is seeing Interstellar in IMAX.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I still watch that movie quite often, probably 3 or 4 times a year, but seeing it in IMAX, like being pretty close to the front and having that music blaring at you, it's that was an experience all on its own.
Why you gotta throw shade at Nolan? Not my favorite director by any means. You just don't want to be a Chris Nolan bro.
Why was Tenet made?
Did you see it in IMAX?
Didn't need to. Why was it made?
You wouldn't get it.
Why was it made?
Why was it made? Why was it made?
Korey, you have an answer for why Tenet was made? Or any of those other
I think
questions?
if we ever got to like interview someone maybe more successful than Corey Feldman, I think you guys got to bring the hardball questions like this.
Why was Tenet?
This movie, why was it made?
Why was it made?
Answer me now.
Why was it made?
Or I'll beat
I can't
you up.
understand shit.
You
Why was
always
it made?
that.
We like our interviews to last longer than 30 seconds, but maybe we could build to that.
Corey,
Oh, I'm up next?
Yeah,
Hi, this
Johnny
is
Depp.
Corey,
Yeah.
formerly known as Kylo Ren Memes.
Mm.
I'm going to talk about high school a couple times on this podcast, I think, as it relates to this movie, as it relates to Tim Burton, but for now, as it relates to Johnny Depp. Because I was like the biggest Johnny Depp stan in high school. Like I was always going on about how this guy is one of the greats, how transformative he is, and how I felt he was like underappreciated in the transformative nature of his acting. Keep in mind that I graduated in 2004. That's when Pirates came out. So kind of one of his last like transformative roles, really. After that, maybe we can talk about it. It was a little bit downhill or a lot. But I like a lot of older Johnny Depp movies. You know, there's a lot to talk about. I like Crybaby. I like Edward Scissorhands. I like Fear and Loathing, very different in all these movies, Ed Wood. But one of the ones that's kind of unknown that we're going to do an episode on one day when I win a trivia in a few years. And that is a movie called Dead Man, which is a Jim Jarmusch, weirdly funny Western movie about a man on the path to death. So Dead Man is like a very interesting and poetic movie. It's very different, but that is a shout out for a Johnny Depp role for me.
We got to slander Rango, dude. Some of his later works were.
Also, I would love to do an episode on Benny and June. I love that movie.
I love that movie too.
Such a good movie.
Where do you stand on the Amber Heard situation, Korey? That was the main part of that question.
Me?
Yeah.
I don't think one party is innocent like people like to portray online, which seems to lean in the direction usually of Johnny Depp. I think they were both abusive to each other, and that's kind of what it comes down to.
It's really society that's to blame.
The understander has logged on. You know, Josh is really bringing the nuance to the conversation.
Jafar is misunderstood.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Systemic Josh himself. What's the?
Ooh, I like that better than social justice warrior or whatever. Hello, Josh from Goshen in Pappy's living room. Is this what you call your living room?
Pap Den.
He's got wooden floors in here. It's a very nice living room. Huge
You
TV,
guys even say
There's a
gigantic
lot of
windows.
wood in this house.
Thank you.
A lot of wood.
Thank you.
Like the bucket house. It's very weirdly like structured. Not to knock on it, Pappy, but it's just like an unusual structure.
Like the room
for a
we're
house.
in is where the original family was murdered.
It's yes, and it's
Yes.
festive. We got lights. We got that tree.
It is festive. It's cleaned up.
Yeah.
You call it a pap den, but it's a nice pap den.
Thanks.
Anyway, Josh from Goshen. My Johnny Depp shout out is I saw the movie Secret Window in 2004 when it came out, and I think I had maybe seen one of the Pirates came out before that, right?
Yeah, Black Pearl.
Okay, so those are kind of like I was late to the Fear and Loathing train and some of those other movies. So those are some of my first encounters with him, and I was so charmed by him that I will say, leading into the second part of the equation, I just always assumed he was innocent of all charges based on first impressions alone. So,
Free Johnny Depp.
non-problematic
So in
answer at
Secret
all.
Window, when he murdered
Based
these
on his
people,
role
were
in
you just
Secret
like,
Window,
Yep.
where he plays an alcoholic.
But the level of
Huh.
bitch wifedness.
Dude, I was going to say that, the Columbo thing. I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
Just one more thing. You said there was no turd laid in the bed. Yet the sheets were washed.
Just one more thing. Have you always been growing corn there, sir? What's beneath that corn?
Last but not least, so glad to have you back on the pod. Shaddy Daddy himself, and apparently an aficionado of Johnny Depp and Tim Burton's Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. So glad you're here. Broad range of questions. Take that any way you want.
Yeah, of course. So happy to be back. This is Shad from Hillsdale, just a few hours north of Goshen. Sadly, I was unable to make it because of the weather, and I have a terrible, terrible cold. That's why I sound so velvety today. As far as the IMAX question, which nobody's been answering, by the way. As far as the IMAX question is concerned, I'm going to say my worst IMAX experience, which was seeing Battle of the Five Armies in IMAX.
Oh,
Which I walked out of. Some relatives bought the tickets for us, and it was a big treat, because it was around Christmas time. And we walked out, and we had to pretend like we enjoyed the movie. So I remember a very quiet car ride home, and the whole time I was just imagining that Elf King riding an elk, and I just couldn't really take any of it seriously. As far as Johnny Depp specifically is concerned, I'm younger than you guys. It's wild to say, since I'm almost 30, that I'm like the child of this group. But to me, I've never lived in a world where Johnny Depp wasn't like the biggest movie star in the world. And so as far as like his earlier work and all that stuff, I've seen some of those movies, but it doesn't loom as large as Jack Sparrow. Actually, I do have a weird story. I was at a church lock-in once when I was a kid. and they hired
dive
a
in.
pirate. Yeah, it was very specific,
Yeah.
but it was pirate themed,
Oh.
and they hired a Jack Sparrow impersonator who had to be escorted off the premises because he was
Oh.
shit drunk. So,
Oh, jeez.
What did they expect?
yeah, exactly. He had to get into character somehow. So that's my impression. As far as the Amber Heard thing is concerned, I think it's funny, first off, that this movie prominently features two men who have had some female issues. We can maybe go into the other one a little bit later.
Freddie Highmore.
Well, yeah, that too. Also, Danny Elfman. But I think that it's very easy, like the internet has this thing. It's sort of what Kylo was saying, where it's very easy to kind of pick a side and get super aggressive about it. And everybody's saying Amber Heard is the worst. But at the same time, I want to believe Johnny Depp because this is a woman who jumped from Elon Musk to Johnny Depp. So maybe she just has a bad judge in character. I think that's probably it. That's what I'm going to fall down on.
That means the person she's with is bad, right? Not
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
This is spoiler.
Just experimenting with some new formats.
Never do that again.
That seemed like a good landing point.
You said I'm gonna play the title. I thought you meant the main title, like the music, dumbass. Not the fucking.
Everything up until that was just the cold open of the
Josh
pod,
was like,
baby.
dig, and Pappy's like, yeah, do
That's
it.
like the longest spoiler ever.
I was expecting another spoiler. I was excited.
Opening spoiler.
Man,
Especially after
we did
the
exactly what we criticize in movies all the time.
Subvert your expectations. Well, all right, let's get into the Wonka deep dive. Good answers all around. A couple of things I want to say. Because we're starting with this movie, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, 2005, right? I want to hold off on talking about the original as much as possible. Obviously, it's a response to the original, but like we don't need to go point by point, and like we'll get to the original eventually. I kind of want to even look at this with fresh eyes, perhaps. And
Good luck.
yeah, well, it's, we can do what we can. It starts off with some pretty bad CGI, and I just want to say this as a general point, and maybe Steve, I'll come to you. I described this like the look of this movie as Spy Kids CGI. For a lot of it, it feels kind of its time.
Yeah, I mean, for those of us who have
anything.
seen Spy Kids 3D in theater, it's hard to unsee some of that. I wouldn't say this movie is levels of that bad, but there are some crumbs left over for sure.
There's some like Tim Burton-ness to like the bucket.
Roald Dahl-ness, man. Look at the house.
Yeah,
Like
but
anyone who's read a Roald Dahl book will see like that's like actual Roald Dahl architecture. Then you add Tim Burton on top of it, and it's kind of a match made in heaven.
mm-hmm. Speaking of the Buckets family, Korey, should we start with Cheer Up Charlie himself?
Oh, I thought we're not allowed to go there.
Oh, sorry. It's gonna happen. But
Yeah, Charlie Bucket. He's our main character in this movie, and he is a surgeon.
yeah,
Oh my god.
Brett's
You
fuming
took that
right
one
now.
for me, Kylo. I was waiting for that
Brett's
one.
fuming.
Yeah, we got little Freddie Highmore as Charlie Bucket in this movie. The most big-eyed child full of wonder that has never done anything wrong in his entire life. He is Anakin Skywalker from The Phantom Menace, this kid. Not in terms of like acting, not in terms of being the chosen one necessarily. Maybe there's an argument to be made. But his pureness, he is a pure soul, right? This kid is, he's perfect in every way.
the vibe of this movie matches more closely to the book as we go through the Buckets family. Josh, can you there's a dad, which is like the book.
Yeah, I think even like the summary of this movie talks about how this is like a Roald Dahl, like they're trying directly to pull from the book. They almost like admit that in the summary of the movie that like the writers made. And I wanted to throw this to Shad because we talked earlier today for a little bit on the phone, Shad, and you were saying that the order that Spoilers is choosing to cover these Wonka movies in is called the Scholars Order.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So, true Wonka intellectuals will understand that this has to be the starting place, right? Because, you know, the the original film, you know, is a spin-off of the content, and this is a little bit more in line with it. You know, so in my mind, you're getting the true experience, and then you can experience what is really the actual remake. You know, this is the center text. It just happened to be made several decades later. You know, it's funny because I was reading about it today, and the levels to which Tim Burton went could definitely be considered excessive. But, you know, a lot of it is kind of technology based for the original movie, which I know we're not really going to be talking about today. But, you know, stuff like the glass elevator, the squirrels, that sort of thing couldn't be done at the time. And that's part of the rewrites. So they said, okay, we're going to try everything that we can to go to the source material. And there's a lot of stories and stuff, and this is all in the Wikipedia article about Tim Burton charming the Dahl estate and, you know, telling him that he really got it. And he actually read a lot of the manuscripts of the original version of the book, which contains some insane shit, FYI. One we'll get to when we're introducing the kids. The original name of Mike TV, look it up. But because of that, he kind of leaned very heavily into what is widely considered, you know, Roald Dahl's original vision, which was a lot darker even than the finished product of the book itself. There was like a lot of there was more kids, there was more trials, and it was more explicit that they died in the actual book or in the early drafts of the book. Like there's this one where they're making white chocolate and a kid like falls into a pit and gets cut into multiple pieces, all this insane shit. So the edge that he brings out, while it's, I don't know, it's repulsive in a lot of ways, you know, the darkness, the pukish nature of the color palette and stuff. It's a little bit more in line with what Roald Dahl's vision was. And the estate says so to this day. So I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to say that this is a better movie than the original, but if you're trying to understand the essence of the character, you know, really understand the themes, who is this man? This is the place to go. Although his origin story is entirely fabricated by the movie, and we can talk about that later.
Well, that's what I was going to say too, because it's like this movie tries to like stand on like the original source material, but
yeah, like
in the presentation of this movie, I wouldn't really give a shit about all this backstory of Willy Wonka because I'm just meeting him for the first time, right? Like it's like this is filling in the gaps of the legendary
the movie admits
performance.
that too, which is hilarious.
In what way?
Do you always have this many flashbacks?
Oh yeah, yeah. At some point, it's become self-aware,
and he actually is like, well, just today.
Increasingly today.
I think we'll talk about it more later. The flashbacks, when they come when you're in literally one of the most magical settings in movie history, Willy Wonka's factory, is such a bad choice, right? To flash out of that, you stay there, right? You don't leave that place.
Yes.
That's
would you describe this factory as very magical, Pappy? I think that's something we could maybe talk about, some of the design, but it doesn't have that charm to it.
Feels like Gondor.
It's also it's Willy Wonka's workplace. He's there every day. He can flash back there if he wants. He's not awestruck.
Yeah, I guess that's true. I don't know.
He's not beholden to the viewer experience.
I guess I was talking more even about like the Prince Pondicherry flashback, which isn't even
nothing
necessary at all, and it kind of throws off the momentum. It comes at the 9-minute mark.
Well, we do get 5 minutes of credits,
so it's literally like 4 minutes into the actual story. It's just like, hey, it's going to be this kind of movie.
That's kind of a gross out scene. The chocolate falling onto them in like waves.
What's
and
the point?
There's like an Indian dot joke with the chocolate too. That's a little bit like one of the first maybe of many problematic jokes.
This movie does
My
a lot
favorite
with
racist
chocolate.
joke in the movie is when it shows the people of Morocco buying chocolate and they're like handing goats in to the shopkeep.
Dude, yeah.
That's your favorite racist joke in the movie.
Yeah.
Kylo.
What's your favorite racist joke?
I like when that dark chocolate falls on the Indian man's forehead as if it's like the Indian dot.
I liked when the only other brown person in the movie worshipped a plant and a cocoa bean.
I like when the German.
You're forgetting about the guy who. You're forgetting about the guy who works at a shop. You're forgetting the other colored person in this movie.
I guess that's true. He's cool. He's
or
awesome.
actually, the other colored person in this movie, the entire subservient race of diminutive slaves that works for Willy Wonka. That's also another thing to talk about.
Just a few of them. But I like the edge that this movie has. Maybe not all of the jokes. Josh is doing the symbol of Oompa Loompas. No.
Spoilers.
Stevie, though, the grandparents. I kind of like the grandpa in this one.
I love Grandpa Joe in this one. He's not a giant sack of shit.
I like the joke where it's like I was a much younger man back then. And it's just
He's the same, just in younger clothes.
that makes me laugh. It does. That gets me.
No, I feel like Grandpa Joe in this one is much more of like that sarcastic grandpa that everyone has in their lives or has had in their lives.
Mhm.
And I mean, this family is like, I mean, I don't want to go back to the original, but the family in this one is like destitute, right? Like,
Yeah.
they're like nearly like days away from boiling dirt.
I have some pros and cons in here, and maybe you can riff off this because I like how the characters are more fleshed out. Like the grandparents, the grandmas, and the grandpas. I think there's like 3 distinct characters in here, whereas in the old one, it's mostly just Grandpa Joe and others.
Yeah.
And then also a con for me is how cartoonily crappy the house is and like where it sits, where everything else is like good and straight and decent. Like the old one, it really felt like you're in an actual neighborhood.
That's Tim Burton, though.
Yeah.
I know. And I think that's a con here. It makes it doesn't feel realistic. So it doesn't pull at my heartstrings because it's like too.
We have a flying elevator, Josh.
I like it. It's cartoon.
That comes later, though. That comes later.
They're like poorness of the family, right? They're destitute, like you said. It really doesn't seem to affect them much, right? Like they just like, plenty of money's being printed every day. We'll be all right.
Like in like
I don't ever feel like they're in peril from being poor.
there's a sadness to it too, because like they obviously can't afford toys for Charlie. Charlie has no friends because of how poor he is.
Mhm.
Like his escape is literally like getting leftover toothpaste tops from his dad and building Minas Tirith
Yeah.
like with them, honestly.
But also he's like fine with that.
Yeah.
Like, he's a perfect boy. He doesn't care.
Autism didn't exist in our day. Anyway, I made a Minas Tirith out of toothpaste caps.
Not to jump too far ahead, Johnny Depp finds that later and he just looks disgusted.
Dude, he looks repulsed.
Like,
He's like, what did I hand over?
He's like, it's my life's work, sir.
But Pap, to go back to the grandpa though,
yeah.
he's played by a gentleman named, David Kelly.
Okay.
Passed away in 2012, RIP. I mean, he looks super old here.
Yeah.
He's like, I think he's one of those guys that's always looked very old.
Mhm.
But I would suggest any movie lover to see a movie that he starred in called Waking Ned Divine. I've told you about it before.
I haven't seen it, but yeah.
Amazing kind of like black, like uplifting comedy. Like he absolutely kills it in that movie, and he's great in this movie too. So it's kind of fun to watch.
Before or after this movie?
1998, so before. I would suggest any. It was made by like one of those movies that has to be made by a country like from Ireland.
Yeah.
Like they funded the entire thing. Great movie, but he's absolutely great in that. It's fun to watch him in this movie as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like the Grandpa George too, the mean grandpa. Like he has a little character arc here, you know? Like you kind of vibe with him as he
lashes out, but then also has words of sincere wisdom and sincerity.
He's just being realistic too. You know, he's eating cabbage.
Someone's got to say it. Like
He's got a wife with dementia, and he still has that sarcastic wit. I mean,
I like grapes.
to be fair, that is actually kind of cool with the writing because he's the one that's realistic about how the chances of this are nil. This is never happening. And then he's the one that says, basically, because the chances were nil, you can't sell this ticket for money.
Mm-hmm.
So it makes sense.
You mentioned that the key word there, ticket. Korey, it's obviously a well-known story, but in this specific adaptation, as the contest launches, just anything you want to talk about that stood out?
The golden ticket contest, of course, you're referring to.
Yes.
Yeah, they're distributed amongst the world, as it seems. And, there's going to be the prize to enter the chocolate factory, and then the mysterious grand prize, which is unknown. One of the things that caught my attention this time was that Mike TV, who's one of the winners,
Yeah.
he won the ticket by cracking the algorithm of how the tickets were being supposedly randomly distributed. And I don't know, I found myself really hung up on that. I was like, what does that mean? Like, he's like a gamer kid. I thought they were going to be portraying him as I'm
a hacker.
yeah, like a, Lexi from Jurassic Park kind of scenario. But he's just a little shit gamer, annoying brat kid. He probably says like slurs on his online gaming, like on his Call of Duty runs and
His
shit.
Fortnite mic is an atrocity.
He's getting in the paint here.
He says a slur here. So why
on
not?
the news.
Did you ever see that clip of the two dudes on a podcast, and the one thinks saying the hard R means saying that word? So he's like, yeah, in the 90s we were just saying hard R's all the time, and the other podcast was just like, what the fuck? They figure out the miscommunication. I mean,
Yeah, that was Linus Tech Tips, the famous tech YouTuber. Yeah, all time classic.
You don't hear this kind of language in kids' movies nowadays.
No,
but
I do think that Mike TV, though, if this was a real, I was thinking about this pretty hard while I was watching the movie today. If Mike TV, if the event was something that was going on right now, right? If they just announced this massive prize with a randomized poll from these chocolate bars, every single one of those kids would be Mike TV. Like the way that guys on the internet nowadays optimize things just overnight, all of those chocolate bars would be found within 2 days. It'd be like this is going to be a weird tangent, but it'd be like when Magic the Gathering printed that 1 of 1 that was worth like $3 million, the one ring card.
And that guy takes it out of the package and his hand's all shaky.
Yeah. And, because he just randomized $2 million, but that's exactly what it would be. It would just be everybody optimizing it. It would just be collectors. It'd be people just throwing ridiculous amounts of money at it. And the thing that, they don't talk about, the security concern would be insane. Absolutely insane. Like somebody would get shot for one of these tickets. That's not beyond anything for me.
I'm surprised they didn't show that.
Yeah. Somebody almost died because of that Magic the Gathering card. So in my mind, there'd be 5 bodies for every one of those tickets.
I hear your mic.
Worse than collecting Pokemon cards is now. Like one of my favorite things to see in terms of like social media reels is like people waiting in line for Pokemon cards and then getting in fights. Like I fucking love that shit. And then there's me also waiting in line for Pokemon cards thinking like I wish someone would, like.
There's some good Pokemon like stealing cards and ripping people off videos out there too. I've seen Kylo, but Shad, I would see your like Mike TV hypothesis and raise you of Veruca Salt. She's the one to me that seems like the most likely. All 5 people would be people with rich fathers that bought boxes and boxes and had people
like Elon Musk's kids.
Some
Jeff Bezos'
all
kids.
20 of them.
Just paying a bunch of people off Fiverr to open boxes of chocolate bars. And then even to the fact where like the worker who opened it and found it almost gets away with like stealing it. I love that little aside too.
She was going to pocket it, unlike.
Yeah, but he was canny enough to suss that out. It's pretty good stuff.
Here's your 6-pence wench back to the streets.
I feel like there'd be a Glass Onion-esque movie where you get like Sam Altman, Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and all of their various children just going through the chocolate factory. That'd be out of control.
Do you like the updates that they've made to like the like Mike TV is now a video gamer? Violet Beauregard is now like kind of like a try-hard kid, like. The movie's like obviously a referendum on like certain types of kids who Roald Dahl just found repulsive. So they kind of just like updated some of those traits for 2005. You like that, Stevie?
I do.
Yeah.
One thing I like about this movie is what a lot of movies do is there's no specific time period in it, right?
Yeah. When does this movie take place?
Not a cell phone in sight.
Yeah.
A lot of old cars in the road.
Just
people, old cars.
And people living in the moment.
Yeah. I mean, look at that TV for Christ's sakes. I mean, I know they're destitute, but like, I think it's from 1938. Like, I don't know, it kind of reminded me of Mouse Hunt in that way. Just not a specific time, but just a time of its own.
There's a lot of Mouse
Tim
Hunt in
Burton
this
is
movie.
just particularly good at that ever since like the Batman days, When does this take place? It's like, oh, it kind of doesn't matter. Even the little things, like there's a family that walks by Charlie at some point with like a stroller, and it's like this fucking Victorian era stroller. Like
These are, it's your host, Pappy, but my question to you guys is like, these early scenes with the family, I think there's a lot of like meat to this bone and a lot of like kind of different emotions being pulled out. When Charlie was like splitting the chocolate bar with his family, despite them, I felt like some emotion a little bit. I felt that tug. Did you guys have any moments like that here early in the movie? Because there's ample room for it.
I felt a tug in my pants when Helena Bonham Carter was sucking on that chocolate.
Dude, that
Oh my
is
God.
crazy, dude. You're not wrong.
Not what I was going for, but well said. Fair play.
Yeah, I think there's a emotional edge to it that because they have to make Charlie more than just a goody two shoes, you know. And the book itself doesn't have the whole family angle. Like the family's there and whatnot, but at the end where he's being forced to choose between his family and the chocolate factory, that's not in the book at all.
Mm-hmm.
And it sort of gives him that extra edge where it's like he's not just because he's basically silent the entire trip, right? He's not adding anything. He's just sort of saying the right things at the right time, and it makes him, it makes it worthwhile. It means that he really deserves this because he values the right things rather than just as at the right place at the right time. One thing that I will say though is that there's this one piece of characterization that I think is totally inaccurate, which is that Grandpa, just that moment, tells Charlie that he used to work for Wonka. I don't know how much time you guys have spent around old people. Either Charlie is just, the most generous listener in the entire world.
I think that's
every time he brings up that story.
I do think that's the case.
Charlie's heard this story.
Look at this child.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes.
He's like, wow, really, Grandpa? Really?
Yeah, and the bird came out of your mouth, right, Grandpa? Sure.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And the ice cream that doesn't melt. Yep, I remember.
Hey, Grandpa, let's take your meds.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like they have much entertainment going on. So, I mean, the whole family gathers around. They're like, okay, it's time for the nightly performance of I Used to Work for Willy Wonka.
You mentioned like the emotions of this part, Josh, like, and this is consistent, I think, throughout all like the book, the original and this, but the drama of like the fifth golden ticket, that's just like really well written where there's like, you think it's going to be like this birthday thing. They set up the birthday thing. Nope, not the birthday thing. Oh, the grandpa's going to give him his last dime. Nope, not the grandpa's last dime. Oh, the fifth golden ticket's been found. Like, dang. And then he finds the money, which is like why there's not such demand. He buys 2 and it's the second one. Like, that's just good. You know what I mean? Like, that's just, I don't know. It kind of strings you along.
I think it's the first one in this version, right?
Is it the first one?
Yeah,
In
in the movie, yeah.
The second in the original?
I think that is, for some reason, like the acting almost like slows down and it's just like this huge canvas and everything's under a microcosm. Like those moments specifically where they're opening up the chocolate bar and it's not in there and they like hang on them for a little bit. Those are really heavy moments. And I don't know. I just found myself like really paying attention to that on this rewatch.
Mm-hmm. There's no like triumphant musical score as like Charlie in this one. But Stevie, we should probably just get to the chocolate factory itself. And I know you love this scene. If you could hit like the Willy Wonka.
Can I bring up one thing?
Yeah, please first. Yeah, go ahead.
This movie does get a little heavy when, Charlie sees his mom give his dad kind of a pep talk about like,
oh yeah,
listen, I know we're about to resort to, the Donner Party like in a few days, but like,
Oh my God.
but like
They're keeping him nice and they're keeping him out of the sun under those blankets,
keep him nice and warm. But like that kind of speaks to me that like children see things, you know what I mean?
That's
like
good.
he understands that like they're not far away from being homeless. Like I think that's a kind of a true reflection on life. And I'm kind of glad that Tim Burton actually showed that in this movie.
Mm-hmm. Charlie always loves his family, like 100%. And that's
He's a ride or die.
Yeah.
Man, there's a really touching shot where he climbs up to his bed and it looks like he's climbing up into a different part of the house. And then he just like kind of looks down at the floorboard and they're all just
They're
like
all right there.
right there. But then it's like a reverse shot where you see them all looking up at him with like genuine and sincere happy faces. And it's like, I don't know. You do feel that good family joy feeling. It's well done in this movie. I didn't expect that necessarily here.
I have a Stevie question, if that's okay.
Oh,
Stevie,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
are they renting or do they own?
Good question.
Because if they own, that's an acre and a half in Britain.
in Britain. Man, that to me seems like they got poisoned soil, bad water from the city runoff. Like, no one would own this land but the Buckets. Like, they're 2 years away from drinking this water and getting some type of lead poisoning.
Everyone who's lived there has gotten murdered.
I feel like they're there by some sort of glitch in the system, and everyone's just kind of turning a blind eye for now. Like, they own
there's that one shot of
back fines.
Like, there's that whole shot of the town. And you can just see the building like in the far distance. It's like, there, that little house. It's massive, first off. And then they have all this land. And I'm like, let's just start there, man. Start there.
Can you hit the Willy Wonka song? The ba-ba-ba-ba. It's like,
why?
I don't know. This is like one of the moments where it is like directly addressing the original, where it's like you can't top the Gene Wilder intro, so you just go total subversion, silly comedy.
Have you guys heard Johnny Depp talk about that in interviews?
No.
He was basically like, Gene Wilder was too much in my head. So anytime when I was trying to like produce this role, if I thought of something that he did, I would try to left turn from that. So as we walk through this movie, maybe think of times where he like, you know, instead of riffing and yes-anding, he just left turns.
I'm a big fan of this intro.
I love how the gloops are loving this song though. Like they're the only ones. Like, this is good.
That's
this is
a
good.
keen observation, Pat.
That's I actually wrote this down. I'm like, very German of them.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Very polite. Also, it just like reminds me of like, I mean, I'm sure it's very intentional. Very, it's a small world at Disney World, right?
Oh, sure.
Like everyone's seen those goddamn animatronics and, you know, them circle over and over and over again.
But Shrek already did it, so it's like, what's the point?
That's
Well,
true.
That is true.
But I do like this intro of kind of just pan right with the camera and he's standing there.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm a big fan of that type of stuff.
I thought it was cheeky and funny, but then the fact that like with 15 minutes left in the movie, they go through the room that's like
amazing joke setup.
The hospital for these puppets that have been burned.
Amazing joke setup.
Yeah, it's that works for me.
I don't want to bury the lead here. Chad, Johnny Depp as Willy Wonka. Please start with like the physical description, not as like what does he look like?
Well, so he's pale beyond comparison.
Yep.
Which means he's in a Tim Burton movie. Because Tim loves that.
He's almost like blue at times.
Yeah, he's pale beyond comparison. His lips have like a deep red to them, and has a bob, which is so alien. I mean, a bob on a man is something that is just like, no matter the era, right? It's just not going to make any sense. And it's not like androgynous or anything. It's just strange. And I saw that he said, I picked that on purpose. And it was Johnny Depp's decision to do the bob. He said, I wanted to look like Prince Valiant, which is weird. It's so weird and specific. Like he said he wanted like to communicate being a children's entertainer in the uncanny way, you know, like Buckaroo Banzai or Captain Kangaroo, where it's like
Captain Kangaroo.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't quite fit into anything. It's out of place. It's out of time, right? It's just children are gravitating to this thing because it's unique, right?
I heard him say stuff like that too, but like, why? Like, why would this young boy with a passion for chocolate want to emulate like a local Captain Kangaroo style like celebrity?
He doesn't even like kids.
Because he doesn't like his dad anymore. He can't fall in his dad.
This all has to do with Christopher Lee.
Yeah.
This makes no fucking sense.
No, there's definitely a time skip, right? Yeah. And I haven't seen the Chalamet movie, so maybe, you know, I doubt there's any continuation there.
To fill in the
but figure out what the X factor is between a dentist kid and whatever this creature is who stands before us. But I mean, we can talk about his performance because that's the star of the show, right? The whole movie just revolves around whatever the hell he's up to. And I found myself like, I mean, I've seen this movie I haven't mentioned this, but I've seen this movie maybe like 150 times.
Dude,
Like,
why? What?
so
Wait.
So when you're a kid, we didn't have a lot of money growing up, so we didn't get a lot of movies, CDs. We were like on VHS 20 years after you should have been on VHS. And so we got a copy of this. And when you're a kid and it's the movie you have, right? And at this point, I was a little old, but I mean, we crushed this thing constantly. You just turn the movie on. Your parents are like, just get out of us, get out of here. Stop bothering us. You have people over, something like that. You watch the movie, you get to the DVD menu, and you're like, fuck, let's just start watching it again. You do that over and over again. So like, I've seen this movie a million times. I've seen Over the Hedge like a trillion times, right? And so I've just, it's burned in. And it's been many, many years since I've watched it. And I was honestly watching it again for the 151st time. Was really actually impressed by the performance. And it was like really, I know it's really divisive. And I know that people are constantly comparing it to Gene Wilder's, but it's singular, I guess is a good way to describe it. There's nothing like this. And, you read the Wikipedia article and people are like, it's sort of like this. He said, at one point he said he was channeling what he imagined George Bush was like when he took coke.
Whoa. He's just making shit up.
I like that.
Debbie.
Yeah.
Corey, you are so cynical right now.
This is a Bush era protest film. FYI. I don't know if you guys knew that.
Yeah.
This and American Idiot, basically on the same level. But another thing that people say is that Michael Jackson was a major inspiration, which makes a little bit more sense, right? Michael Jackson famously tried to play Willy Wonka for decades. Like he wrote a whole score for a Willy Wonka movie. He wanted to be Willy Wonka so damn bad.
I hate that.
And the Roald Dahl estate just refused to let him do it, which
good
thank
call
God.
On their
Yeah. That would have been insane. So I'm curious what you guys think about it.
Thriller 2, Wonka Land.
God, that soundtrack would have been dope.
Thriller
Are you guys
2,
insane?
Wonka Land would have been amazing.
What's wrong with you?
I just don't.
Stevie in 3D like Captain EO.
Yes, dude. Can you imagine some of the shit he'd have been singing about? Oh my God.
There's some things Michael Jackson shouldn't do, like own the Beatles, like all the Beatles music. But,
writing a score for Wonka should have been one of them.
Yes, and maybe being Willy Wonka also.
Dude, I would have signed up for that in a heartbeat.
He's got the daddy issues. It makes sense.
Can you imagine him moonwalking in Gene Wilder's outfit? Oh my God.
He's just as pale.
That would be a pretty cool intro. I'm not going to lie. Just Kane stops and he moonwalks over.
Oh my God.
You don't even need the burn unit puppets anymore.
You've been singing a song about chocolate sauce. It'd have been amazing.
I think it's the delivery of that opening line, hello, the earth says hello. Good morning, sunshine would have been exactly the same. I feel like the exact same tone.
Starshine song. Oliver.
Which one is it? Oliver.
Yeah. This joke sucks. I'm sorry. Like, no one who's under the age of 40 knew this reference at the time. Like, I don't. What? Why does he say this to begin
To be
with?
fair, you're saying you had to be 40 in 2004.
Maybe 35.
So our parents that took us to see this as a joke for them.
Yeah. My mom got it to me and she explained it. She's like, oh, it's a reference to a song that you've never heard. This song.
Yeah.
Don't sue us, Spotify.
Keep talking, boys.
Yeah.
Talk over.
Corey,
talk about the content of the song.
Corey, I want to hear your counterpoint on.
This is going to be a very long-winded answer, though. Are you prepared?
Hello. Oh, yeah.
Okay, now you're good, Kylo. Sorry. Yes, as long as you need, bud.
There was rumblings about 2 Tim Burton movies when I was in high school. One of them was going to be the Alice in Wonderland remake. And this is kind of in the early days of IMDb. You couldn't really confirm anything on the internet. Alice in Wonderland, he was going to make that, and it was going to have Marilyn Manson as the Queen of Hearts. And that was a big rumor. Everyone would talk about it every year throughout my entire high school, maybe even middle school. But also the Tim Burton remake of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory starring Johnny Depp. I talked about how big of a Johnny Depp fan I was in high school. So I was like, that is going to be amazing. I love Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, the original 1971. So I was like, okay, this is kind of before I got cynical about remakes. I was like, this is going to be perfect. Like, just imagine like Wonka, but with like the Beetlejuice aesthetic. Like, it's going to be creepy and nuts. That boat ride scene is going to be insane. Johnny Depp, transformative actor, he's going to be perfect for it. And then this movie came out and I saw it opening night. I was out of high school at this point. And from the moment Johnny Depp gives that opening line, I'm like, oh, there's wrong choices being made here. Just seeing this like pasty, despicable face and this like really off-putting performance it's just always rubbed me the wrong way. I don't think he like even fits as Wonka, as this guy that's like looking for his heir when he just clearly has no interest in any of these children or anyone really at all until that suddenly changes. His demeanor is horrible. And he's just doing a lot with his mouth, I feel like. He's always doing something with his mouth. It just cannot stand the Wonka in this movie.
I will push back briefly, and I agree with everything you said, Kylo. And I think that's what makes this movie so interesting. Like whether or not it's a good Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie is something that's totally separate question. Is this actually a good performance? Probably not. But as an artifact, like as a thing that exists in one of the like a massive film. I mean, like 8th highest grossing film in 2005, which was a really competitive year and all that stuff. It's just wild that this made it to the screen. And I think that's interesting, and that's
it's
just
interesting in the same way that the Shining remake is interesting.
Ugh.
It's like, yeah, it's
Hate that
closer to the
movie.
original and it's different.
Good point.
And it doesn't deviate as much, but that doesn't make it good. It's just a thing that exists that should not be watched, probably.
There's this like, I don't know, like OCD nature to Depp's performance. And again, I don't want to go like shot by shot, but in a comparison, but compare like the magical hooks of the first one to just drop your coats on the floor. Like he's distant. He's disengaged with these people in a way that Gene Wilder wasn't.
So I have a theory behind his performance, and I think it's incredible.
Yeah.
I love him as Wonka.
Mm-hmm.
I watched this movie twice in the past 24 hours.
Yes. Okay.
And I picked up on it pretty quick, and I just wanted to verify again tonight when I watched it. He snaps back between Willy and Wonka throughout the entire movie, and it's really fun to watch.
Which one's which?
When he gets a really closer to his normal tone, that's when he's Willy. That's when he's his normal person. When he's doing his high pitched shit, that's when he's the facade of as Wonka.
Okay.
Kind of like that caricature.
Yeah.
So when he's giving people side eyes, or he has a much more tonally to his actual Johnny Depp voice, he's snapping back and forth between his actual self and what Wonka is.
Okay.
So
when he's giving Charlie the spoonful of chocolate, he's Willy.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, you look hungry.
Yeah. And then when he's
You're half starved, boy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That or when he's given Mike TV's dad just a pure side eye, or Veruca Salt's dad just a side eye of the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
I watched it twice, and I really think it's actually a pretty tough performance to pull off just because of all the tonal inclinations he's doing out the entire movie.
Mm-hmm. We haven't talked enough about, I guess, Augustus Gloop. We know the story. Willy Wonka is leading us through the factory. I guess in terms of critical commentary, I'll just say, I don't think it's cool to, make fun of a kid for being overweight, but also, I think part of this is, you probably shouldn't eat 20 candy bars a day if you're a kid, as my friends chat on Treat of the Week over there, going crazy on the candy. I see you guys in the candy.
Well, this reminds me of the Culture War issue of 2023. I don't know if you guys remember this, when Roald Dahl's books were edited.
Oh yeah, I forgot
which
about
became
that.
it became the talk of the town on X, formerly known as Twitter, for quite a while.
It did.
And I think the funny thing about that is that this movie was before that, but Roald Dahl has this sense of borderline just borderline biting and extreme prejudice in everything that he does.
Habitual line stepper.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying prejudice in the classical sense, but he knows what he doesn't like, and he's really clear about it. And one of the things that was edited out of almost every one of Roald Dahl's books was just almost exclusively references to fat people. Like the word fat or something was always cut out, or calling, people pigs or hogs or something along those lines.
Really?
Yeah. And one of the things that was edited was the song that is played in its unedited form in this movie, related to Augustus Gloop. So, because like it's obvious that his sin at the end of the day is gluttony, right? Excess.
Just like the movie Seven.
Yeah.
Yeah, the 5 deadly sins.
Exactly.
4.
But that's not how the characters react to him, and not how this song portrays it. So,
The boys are going crazy. The Augustus Gloop song by Danny Elfman. Don't sue us, Spotify. This is public domain.
Bangers only.
So the lyrics, yes, the source material, Roald Dahl hates fatties, but
yeah.
I think it was more of a commentary on the
listen
German
to this,
need for
listen to
excess
this.
back in the 40s.
The big greedy nincompoos goop. Wait, sorry. Augustus Gloop, the great big greedy nincompoop. Augustus Gloop, so big and vile, so greedy, foul, and infantile. It's going hard on this poor kid.
He's bilingual.
Almost everything he does is forgivable. Like,
He seems like an innocent boy.
he has low metabolism.
Sure.
He likes chocolate. His parents let him eat it.
He's got the
They're
diabetes.
rich. He's fine. But there's one moment. He asked Charlie, "Would you like some chocolate?" Charlie's like, "Yes, chocolate would be nice, sir." Yeah, and Augustus is like, "Fuck you, should have brought some, motherfucker." It's like, dude, screw you. Get sucked up into this thing, die, drowned.
I saw that pile of pallets you call a house you live in, nerd.
And then he uppercuts him.
That was
There's
seriously
always
a turning point to me. He messed with our boy Charlie. That wasn't cool at all.
Well, there's always a point in every one of the not quite deaths, but demises of every one of these children. And that's when they have a choice, It's like the classical interpretation of sin, right? Where it's like, one must be fully conscious of their action. He says, "Little boy, don't do it." And little boy does it. Augustus Gloop goes right into that beautiful chocolate lake, which I can imagine, he's swimming around in it. He's bobbing up and down. But if that entered his lungs at all, it'd be over.
Oh, yeah, he's
so dead.
It's funny you're talking about the sins, because when I was watching this, when Augustus's incident happens, I was like, oh, they're going to all fall to like a different sin. But it's kind of just like gluttony and greed. And that's really where, where it starts and ends.
just different variations of those two.
Just being a shitty kid, I think is what.
There's no like
Dahl was
lust,
trying to say.
like
Yeah.
Seven, like to strap on a leather outfit and
Oh, well, I mean, Violet Beauregard
Violet's mom.
is trying to. She has a couple comments towards what does he say? Like chocolate's an aphrodisiac, and she goes, "Oh, really?"
She wants to bang Mr. Wonka.
Yeah. Cat in
I
the
think
Hat
she just
levels
wants
of porn.
to. She wants to win. You know what I mean? She's the classic, dance mom to the extreme.
She's like
look,
that
it doesn't
Forrest
matter.
Gump's mom, like just trying
Yeah.
to.
she's
No one questions her commitment to sparkle motion at all.
Stevie, in terms of critical commentary, you like the Augustus Gloop song? You're not a big Danny Elfman guy normally. Think it's a good one.
If there's one thing I don't like about this movie, it's the Oompa Loompa songs, man.
Oh, really?
Thank God.
None of
They should have been left on the cutting room floor. And if you're gonna do
finally
it,
a man of reason.
if you're gonna do that, it needs to be one Oompa Loompa for every song. I don't need 50 of the same person.
That's okay. Deep Roy,
Like it just
well-known actor.
yeah, I know it's fine, but he just needs to be him like on a spiraling platform on a piano singing. I don't need because I mean
Yeah.
everyone knows. I hate to reference the original too. Like everyone knows how trippy and cool the original Oompa Loompa songs were.
Yeah.
Trippy as shit, a different vibe.
They're just little people.
It takes you into a land of the weird, right? It goes in the weird.
The orange.
This is just a little too much. There's one great one, sure. Like you can tell that Danny Elfman was doing a lot of blow and listening to a lot of Tenacious D when he wrote it, which is the Mike TV one.
Oh, okay.
Like you can clearly hear what he.
One that you didn't. That's the one that Pappy didn't pull because he thought it sucked.
No, I forgot to pull
It's
it.
the best one.
I'll hold up my phone or something next to this.
No, but I
Just
take
edit it in, bro.
everything I like about this movie. I equally hate the Oompa Loompas as much.
Yeah.
That to me is just I don't get a good taste in my mouth when I see the Oompa Loompas on screen.
Yeah, for me, in terms of
The
critical
thing
commentary,
with this being a musical,
go ahead.
go ahead.
This is a musical?
In terms of critical commentary, I hate the Oompa Loompas too, and like
I don't like them, man.
I hate every time
Should have left it.
this movie reminds me of CGI bullshit. But like to see the same guy repeated over and over again it's not good. I hate it. I don't know why you would do that. It seems like harder and dumb.
Matrix did it.
It's true. Corey,
Star Wars did
Everyone
it.
loved that.
Corey, what are your
It was
Oompa
all-
Loompas? What do you think?
It was all in camera. All of the Oompa Loompa doubling was in camera. They're very proud of that. I've watched the behind the scenes. Remember, I spent a lot of time with that DVD.
So all that's
Uh,
in
they're proud of
camera?
that. Yeah, so all of the
Oh,
doubling of
Poor
Deep
Deep
Roy is
Roy.
in camera.
He must have been doing like 70-hour shoots.
to what end?
Ugh.
There are also robots. I don't know if you notice in the big room scene with the edible room, but a lot of the Oompa Loompas who are harvesting various
Almost
fruits
like
and
an
vegetables-
action figure. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, they're robots. But other than robots, everything else is doubled performance, which very impressive on Deep Roy's part. But yeah, it's uncanny and strange.
So we were just looking at a boat with 75
Deep Roy's.
Deep Roys. So he filmed himself rowing that 75 times.
In same
each
cadence
seat.
and time he was doing.
In each seat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
You-
100%.
So
Are you
Well,
impressed,
physically,
Corey?
He
Deep
was-
Roy is he's doing a lot.
he was literally put under the slave labor implied against the Oompa Loompas
I hope he
in
was
this
the highest
movie.
paid actor in this movie.
Dude.
That is awful
No way
work.
in hell. No way
Awful
in hell.
work.
The
Nasty
actually,
business, man.
Speaking of the slave labor thing, it's really strange to me because famously, the first edition of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, the Oompa Loompas were black, and
No.
they were, the NAACP got upset about it and reached out, and Roald Dahl said, "You know what? You're right." He read the letters and said, "Yeah, future editions were changing it." He redrew all the
so
drawings.
The books were edited. Oh.
Even back when they were originally published, which complicates the conversation around it. You can imagine a lot of digital ink was spilled on the subject. But so he edited the books and they made them look like hippies, and kind of had like a beatnik thing going on. But rather than kind of move in that direction, they decided to go backwards a little bit. I don't know, strangely. And I'm not saying that there's like explicit racial overtones, but I do think it's funny considering the history of the.
I'm saying it when they're worshiping a cocoa bean as a god, and
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
And Corey, I want to
Yeah.
get Corey's thoughts on the Oompa Loompas. I've been trying to.
Yeah, but Deep Roy, right? Yoda himself. Physically, the man is doing great work. Like with his song and dance numbers, which his part of that, the actor, is the dance part of it. I think everything he does with like his facial expressions when he's like transforming into these different like song characters, these different musical figures, the dancing, the facial features, everything he's doing, really, really solid stuff there. But the songs are not good and they're not memorable. So the song parts of the movie I don't think are good because the music, the most important component of it is, it's not that they're like horrible to listen to. They're just like, they don't have any staying power whatsoever. And
They're not catchy. They're not.
I dare anyone to ask like a coworker, someone who's not in the movie podcast space, like to sing a song from this movie and then to sing a song from the original movie. They will not be able to pull one from this
okay.
movie.
Well, that's a high bar to clear. Yeah, that's.
Well, I mean, whatever. One of the highest grossing movies of 2005, right? Where's the impact? No cultural
There's
impact.
no memes from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
In the old movie, they use kind of like the same hook on all of the songs.
Yeah.
Right? It had the same like theme. By the third time they played it, you could follow along.
You're talking about Wonka. You're talking about the Chalamet version.
No,
Soon.
I'm talking about 71. Doompa Loompa Doom. Like that was every time the Oompa Loompas came in.
No commercials.
And then they would change the words based on what the kids were. This is just like 5 completely different tunes that have, like you said, Kylo, like there's no catchiness involved at all. Like they are not brainworms.
It's just, I just,
they're somewhat entertaining to watch play out, I guess, but it's like, man, a little shallow.
we're just on just different wavelengths because I have a lot of problems with this movie. It's not the music. My problem is like every time they brush up against an iconic part for the original, they zig way too hard. Like you were saying, Stevie, that they get scared. And like one of those is when they're going through the tunnel, which is like there's no earthly way of knowing. But rather than like showing, and they do have like this bullshit, terrible CGI sequence of like a roller coaster boat. But this is also where they do like one of the first substantive flashbacks with like Christopher Lee. Like this movie's 20 minutes longer than the original, and this the father of Wonka origin story is a big reason why, and I hate it.
You hate it?
I hate it, dude. I don't need it at all. It's bad.
You gotta fill it in with something.
He's a dentist.
I mean, you also have to remember too, like, as much as this movie is about Charlie, it's equally about as much about Wonka as well.
Sure.
Like, Charlie is the golden child, as Kylo said. He is Jesus. He is
the chosen one.
He is the chosen one. You know, he was
the least,
supposed to bring down the dark side, not join it. You know what I mean? He is the one. Charlie has no character arc. You have to have a character arc.
I was
going to
get to that
somewhere. Like the writers realized halfway through this movie, I imagine while they were shooting, fuck.
Wait, no, he goes from loving his family to...
No, he still loves his family. He's a ride or die.
You're right.
He doesn't hate them in the beginning because they're poor. He's like, I love being poor. I love my family.
That's so true.
Like he's like, make me poor all day.
Yeah.
Like his grandpa's like, bro, you got a Bitcoin in your hand. Go even he's like, I got a Bitcoin in my hand going to cash it. His grandpa's like, no, dog.
One of his
Go to the
you know how much
chocolate
Charlie loves being poor? He buys a candy bar for $10 and doesn't get his change.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's into it.
No, so like they must have realized at some point, hey, I mean, they're even self-aware of it too. Like, we got to have some growth here and with some character, and it relied on Wonka to do it. So I understand why it's even in there.
Yeah,
because Charlie has no character arc at all. He is just Jesus.
It's like I was saying though. It's like I don't know if there's like if I'm interested enough in Willy Wonka to care about his relationship with his father. If this was the only thing I'd ever seen, you know, and like it's just not enough there for that. And like especially when it's like, oh, did you see the way he swindled this Indian prince? Like, what am I supposed to care about? How he got to be that way?
It does follow movie law though, which is every male character who doesn't have a good relationship is equally terrified of becoming their father.
Well, yes.
So it does follow movie law.
And every time I see one of these things, I'm like, this is obviously the influence of the writer. Like, this is someone speaking. Like, no one has
From
a good
the
relationship
heart.
with both of their parents makes this as a plot, you know? And like, I like it. It's good. Like, I feel a little bit of something at the reconciliation. Apparently, Tim Burton was estranged from his mother. And when they when they reconciled after he had become famous, she had the clippings of him on the wall. So it's like, well, okay, I can see why this is in here. Now, I don't know if I like it. Josh, the father?
I like Christopher Lee.
He's so old to have a boy that young.
Sir Lee.
What age did he conceive that child? Robert De Niro?
Al Pacino style.
How old was the mom?
27.
Yeah.
Definitely.
A lot of that epilogue
Dooku,
too, with
you
like
scamp.
the reconciliation and everything that happens after they're out of the chocolate factory. That stuff does fall flat. And I think that like something I think Shad said earlier, it's like if Johnny Depp just hates kids this much, why was he ever looking for an heir in the first place? No, Kylo said this. Like all of his motivations and maybe some of his like side glances he gives to the audience and knowing looks when the bratty kids fall down, it all kind of falls flat if you're like, well, he had no actually intention to like loving a kid in the first place. until Charlie woke him up after they were out of the Charlie. Something breaks down for me there. And we're moving maybe way too far ahead, Pappy. But
I don't think so. I mean, listen, he finds the silver hair. He needs a hair.
Relatable.
But I was going to say nothing we can relate to.
Yeah.
One thing about young Willy Wonka in those flashbacks that I do like is his insanely excessive braces headset.
Which Tim Burton also had growing
Oh my
up.
God.
Apparently.
That is like the most Tim Burton thing in this movie, surprisingly. Like,
Wait, he had the football helmet
He
for
had
braces?
gear. Yeah, I think. That's what I had heard.
like it holds his lips open. Completely unnecessary.
That was kind
He's
of
in a rictus grin all the
It's
time.
like Clockwork Orange, but his mouth.
And for me, there was like 5 or 6 moments of comedy that really worked in this movie. And one of them is when young Willy Wonka runs away to travel the world. And he's like,
Yeah.
there's like the all the flags passing by him. All right, get the fuck out of the flag room.
It's those little surprising moments of comedy. It gets me a few times. Let's just hit the kids real quick. Could you give me like the Veruca? No, sorry, Violet Beauregard. I think she's the next to go down.
Hit it.
Shad, you want to talk about her?
This is my least favorite, at least intro to a song.
This song, I don't like this song at all. I think
This hurts my ears. Sorry, listener.
I
it's kind of
not this.
I wrote down.
You just want to play some Animal Collective or something?
Hey.
I like
Hey,
Animal
My
Collective.
Girl is a great song. Okay.
My Girl is like one of my all-time favorite songs. Just, I mean, it's more enjoyable to listen to this.
What is this? It's like some funky.
It would have been something if it would have been all been disco or all been rock or
Yeah.
all been classical, but no, it's all different. It's genre hopping. It makes no sense.
Sorry, Shad. Go ahead with the Veruca piece.
Well, 2 things real quick, actually. For that song in particular, what it reminds me most of anything else is the original song they made for Muppets in Space. I don't know if you guys remember Muppets in Space.
Yeah.
Yeah, but the space theme song they have as the theme for Gonzo sounds exactly like that song. And for the music in general, what I wrote down was 9 Inch Nails by way of the Nutcracker, where it kind of has like an industrial thing going on, but it also has that Danny Elfman charm to it, to where it doesn't really fall in any conceivable location sonically, and it's just, I don't know, it's overall it's just terrifying, I guess is the way I would describe it, especially in the intro. But for Violet Beauregard, she's a winner. You know, she's never lost. One thing that they have is that she's a world champion youth gum chewer, which, you know, with my mind, I'm thinking like, okay, so what are the league rules for this? Who's officiating these? What is the judging process like? Like the other movie I watched this week was Pumping Iron. And the whole time I was like, so how do the judges do this? You know, when they see Arnold flex, like how are they doing this? How does one judge being an exceptional gum chewer? Apparently it's just how long you keep the gum in your mouth, which seems pretty easy to me. I don't think that'd be a very hard thing to win at, especially in a world in which gum has flavor forever. But yeah, so they go to this invention room where it's got all these inventions going on. And, you know, there's this elaborate creation of a 3-course meal piece of gum. And despite, you know, Johnny Depp gives her the warning, gives her the choice, don't grab it. She says, I'm a winner. I always win. I'm going to be the first person to chew this piece of gum.
Yeah,
and then she chews it.
That's where that line of logic falls apart.
Yeah.
I'm a winner. I could chew toxic gum better than anyone. Like, what do you mean, little lady?
Again, and Willy Wonka's trying to warn her, don't do it. Stop. No. And
Yeah. But she turns blue and turns into a big fat blueberry.
CGI.
Yes,
bad.
very CGI.
it sucks.
But that wasn't in camera.
No.
So she turns into a big blueberry and is rolled away and squeezed, apparently, making her very flexible later on in the movie. Yeah, this
hate
is,
the
I think,
implications of that. Like,
yes.
I don't want to.
Yes.
Yeah.
It reminds me of like the like an NSYNC like music video when they do this shit. Man, I don't like this song at all.
It's bad. I don't like the song. I don't like the visuals. This one's really bad.
Or maybe it's the
way
Backstreet
worse.
Back music video. I don't know, man. I don't like this song at
Especially
all.
Oh, when they're in the Casper house?
Yeah.
I agree with you guys on everything except when Shad doesn't really understand the characterization of Violet. I think, like my buddy, you guys know CJ Schaefer.
Yeah.
There's some people like that are
classic NBA Jam player.
Yes, there's some people that are so competitive, just like in NBA Jam. CJ was so competitive, Kylo, that it's like he used to do all these little toughness tests when we were little, and it was all in preparation of being better in football later in life. You know what? I haven't done a toughness test today. Slap me in the chest, Josh. No, really, as hard as you can. Seriously. So I feel like Violet is such a winner. And part of her identity is yeah, I could just chew this gum longer than anyone else could even conceive, even when it's inconvenient, even when it's lame, even when everyone else would give up. I will keep chewing.
Here's the actual problem with this. Is this is
TMJ.
This is the most petty shit Roald Dahl is complaining about. Kids chewing too much fucking gum. It doesn't. Dude, shut up, old man. The TV, sure, fine. Don't eat too much, fine. Whatever. Don't be greedy, fine. Gum, and so then it does this. The movie does this half in, half out thing where it's all right, we gotta kind of make this more reasonable, but then it's still going back to gum. Just make her a little I don't know, dance mom girl or a gymnast or some bullshit. She plays in hockey. I don't know.
The content of the song reveals what Roald Dahl was actually thinking, and it's just about chewing gum.
Chewing. Furiously writing. He's all angry at his typewriter, fucking. You know what else I hate? Fucking gum. These fucking kids.
I found gum on the bench today.
Exactly. Go to the library, under the desk. Gum again.
I just picture Walt Disney reading that, going, "Good." It's famously, you can't have gum in Disney World, so it just makes me laugh.
His wife Patricia Neal comes in and it's just chewing just pages of it.
Well, you can bring it in. You just can't buy it.
You just can't buy it in Disney World. That's right.
As a chewing tobacco user, I have realized that the hard way.
Gotta get them zins.
Veruca is the worst. She is the absolute most evil of these kids. Stevie made an opinion. I don't think
most forgettable.
Yeah, she's bad. I mean, her song, or what do you mean? Her death, or
in this version,
the most forgettable kid by far.
I think she's a good actress, but which
is fine. There's no meat on that character.
Does she maybe look the most similar to the original? Actress wise.
Yes. That's a good point.
That's a good point. And there's no really there's like not really a great funny part around her. I mean, there's a funny part with her dad when, you know, Willie holds up those keys going, ugh.
Yeah.
Like there's no really a lot for her to do.
The knee-high fence.
Yeah.
Hide that shit.
I think the dad's pretty funny. I like when he's like, flashback, or something like that.
Yeah.
He pulls Veruca closer to him.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. But yeah, I don't know.
I think the thing that she needed was an actual meltdown.
Sure.
That's what I feel like I'm waiting for, right? Like, she's precocious and annoying, but you know, we all know a spoiled kid. Like, a spoiled kid has a meltdown. She needs to scream. She needs to be rolling around on the floor, right? That's like when you say, "Oh, okay, this kid deserves to be thrown into the garbage pit." Although no kid, I'm not saying that any kids would be deserving to be thrown into the garbage pit.
Some of them.
Yeah, it's possible. But yeah, she doesn't ever tip over to the point where you say, obviously, other than her just being kind of rich and entitled, like, obviously she's a monster. But that never really happens. And I think that would probably go a long way, is if she had a screaming match or something.
I mean, she's going to steal one of these squirrels. That's not good.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad. It's a living creature.
You know,
I don't know.
These squirrels, obviously, fully CGI. But all of the material for the squirrels, and this is in the behind the scenes too, they're like, we raised squirrels from birth
Oh God.
to be the squirrels in this scene. And it's like, there isn't a real squirrel. I mean, maybe for more than a frame or two in the entire thing. I think that's hilarious. Quick aside, because this movie, you know, is very important to my formation.
Really? They said they trained squirrels. I thought they did.
I think they did, but what, did they train 50 squirrels?
Not to hold down a woman.
Somebody down?
No, it's just like Deep Roy. It's one squirrel doing all this work. It's in camera, Shad.
I hope they compensated that squirrel, you know. But I went we went and saw this movie in theaters as a family. So I also have the theater experience on this, but my little brother was 3 at the time when we went, and he had a Veruca Salt level meltdown over the squirrels and was afraid of squirrels for the rest of his young life, and to this day because of this movie. So,
Damn.
Yeah, I remember watching this when I was younger and kind of being a little, they're skittery and also very organized.
I think it's actually, there's one little part that's messed up. So when they take her and pin her down limb by limb.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a little disturbing. I did not like watching that.
Do you like the song? This song? This is a good one. It's kind of hippie. Stevie hates it. You don't like this?
Wait. No, we're...
It's a journey
I think this
through
song-
American pop culture history. All of the genres.
Dude, this sounds like 2011 alt music. Like, I can't. Everyone knows what I'm talking about too. You ever heard the group Junior? Everyone knows what that song. Like I get this is like 7 years before, but
Maybe a little grizzly bear in there.
I like it.
Is the whole thing with Veruca Salt's dad like he spoils her, but doesn't actually love her? Like when he's like shaking like this bar that he can't get through, but easily he could go over it or below it. He doesn't need to wait for these keys. He could have jumped in the pit right away to try to save her. He could have started kicking squirrels around. Like,
No one moves.
The movie is saying something about the juxtaposition of the lengths he'll go to spoil her, but not actually caring about her or something. I don't know.
there's only one good parent in this whole thing. Mike TV's dad's the only good parent.
Yeah.
Isn't that odd? He does have some moments of like clarity.
He's a good parent. He just knows his kid's an asshole.
He doesn't know when to let go.
Like he just knows. Right.
Take it on
You gotta
strong.
take it off.
Yeah.
Right. But like he just knows that his kid's an asshole.
Enough about the squirrels. At least it looks kind of cool with the CGI tube. I don't know. It looks like kind of like a water slide ride, but there's not a lot.
I do think the reactions of the parents were something very strange in this movie. Because I don't think Augustus Gloop's mom was a bad mom. I mean, she's a single mom, like she loves her kid. Like very underwhelming, like.
I think she's got a husband who's making sausage.
I think, yeah, the butcher, I think, is her husband.
She had a very underwhelming response to what was happening with Augustus.
Yeah.
Dude, that guy has to keep rolling the sausages with how much chocolate bars Augustus goes through. He gets as many as he wants
The
every day.
cholesterol in that house is astounding.
The sodium
The
levels.
sodium levels, the cholesterol, the blood pressure, it's not good.
I mean, this song is saying like all of the parents are kind of at fault. Like even Mike TV's dad's got to be like, okay, enough screen time.
Yeah, he's not perfect, but
Yeah.
like he's actually a parent.
That's true.
Yeah.
Dude, Mike TV will murder his dad if he doesn't let him watch
Eventually.
TV.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, they're from Colorado. Something's gonna happen.
Yeah, same thing.
Yeah, Denver, Colorado.
we all thought it. We all thought it.
Yeah. Just like literally.
It's all those video games he plays.
All them video games and Marilyn Manson listening.
Yeah. Here's my thing with Mike TV is like the sin that he's committing to get zapped doesn't map onto like what his sin is, I guess, or is like he's just arrogant. Like what's this Mike TV's
pride?
He's too smart for.
There are more sins than let's go.
Pride.
TV's like, I've been waiting for this moment.
Pride. Like I actually like Mike TV's like character and character arc in this movie a lot.
Yeah.
Like it's. I mean,
go off, Kane.
I just think like he actually has some shit to say, and it's funny the commentary where he's just like, "What?"
Yeah.
Like, and I really enjoy the fact that Willy Wonka does not want to address Mike TV as correct at all throughout the entire movie, and he's like, "You're mumbling."
Yeah.
Like he just keeps on going.
When he calls him a
That wears
mumbler,
old though, real quick, man.
Yeah.
I think it's pretty funny.
I liked
I think
it.
it's funny. And you know, I just I think out of all the children, I think Mike T outside of, you know, the surgeon, I think that thank you. I think that Mike TV probably acts the best out of all, I mean, the best acting job out of all the kids.
Yeah. I just want to take us through what happens with Mike and what the technology is here. It's groundbreaking.
Mike TV, you mean, I prefer to call him
Herpes
by his
Trout?
original. Yeah, Herpes Trout.
What?
His original name. In the original.
Herpes Trout.
Yeah.
His
That was
original sin
his-
was a little different.
Yeah. Lust.
Yeah. His name
He
in
was at
the
Woodstock.
first draft was Herpes Trout, which was one of the things that the editors said we cannot include. So he became Mike TV. So they do a like grand allusion to 2001: A Space Odyssey. They go into this big white room, and this is pulled directly from the book, but they figure out a way to send chocolate bars through television. And Mike TV realizes that they've invented teleportation, right?
That
and
shot is
decides,
awesome,
It is.
actually.
Yeah, with the monkeys
Yeah.
and
It's
shit.
amazing.
Dude, I hope you weren't panning that. The stuff, the allusion to that Space Odyssey, I love that stuff.
Oprah's on the TV
No, I wasn't-
before, and then they go to 2001. Sorry.
Well,
I
I
wasn't-
don't
I
like the
wasn't,
Oprah stuff. Sorry, I don't know why you said that.
I thought it was important to have it on the record.
Okay, thanks.
Someone out there's losing their mind. They didn't mention Oprah. Fuck. 1 star.
I do think it is. I do think it's good, Josh. I like it a lot, and I think it's funny when they play fake Zarathustra and then they just cut to everybody in their big ass glasses staring. You know,
Yeah.
I thought that was good. But he decides, much like Richard Wagner, to become Nietzschean about it, and he's like, "No, I have to take this into my own hands. I have to be the Ubermensch here. I have to go above the law and become the first person to ever be teleported." So, I one of the moments, I think this is one of the funnier scenes in the movie, because he runs, to the teleporter and just decks a couple of Oompa Loompas for no good reason.
Like Naruto runs.
In camera.
Yeah,
In camera.
in camera.
He'd been waiting to do that all day. Slap a couple Oompas.
And he teleports into the television, right, and becomes, then they play the song, the Mike TV song, which TV said was his favorite, which I think probably is my favorite too. And then he becomes really small, and his, he has to be stretched out by a taffy stretcher. One of the lines,
He's
in the
really
movie,
small, and his dad is like, "What's in the box? What's in the box?" And that was
I think it's-
rage.
It's funny when Johnny Depp goes, "Ew, somebody grab it." Yeah. So now he's small. So he's going to spend the rest of his life stretched out and looking like a tube of spaghetti for some reason.
Like a tube of toothpaste all pressed out. That's what I thought of.
Yes, exactly.
This is like the most like hard rock song. Is that why you like it, Stevie?
It just reminds me of Tenacious D, which I know Danny Elfman was probably listening to and on Blow when he was writing this.
Yeah.
Like, it just tracks. It also sounds a lot like Nightmare Before Christmas. A lot of Pumpkin King in there as well.
It feels like all of the kids forgot about the big prize. They all just seem to forget that they should be on their best behavior like halfway through each of these things. And so Charlie is the de
I think they were writing on the fly.
Yeah, it feels like it a little
Feels
bit.
a little bit, yeah.
I mean, like, that is from the book. It's not in the original movie, but
I mean, don't you think that all the kids thought the tour is what is just like before the contest? I think that's part of his trick, right? You're in the contest in this reality show the moment you step foot on the premises. Like,
yeah.
I don't know.
I mean, to some extent, yeah. Like, did he know that these kids were going to be bad? Like, what if there were 2 good, normal kids? Like,
They have to fight to the death.
how would he? Does he pick between?
In this movie, it just doesn't seem like it.
Well,
It's all luck.
One good kid in the whole world and he's poor.
they kind of lampshade that at the start, though, right? When everybody's asking questions about how oddly specific the lyrics are to the Augustus Gloop song.
That's true.
Right? Like,
That's true.
I think that this version, at the very least, like he knows from the very start that Charlie's going to win. I think that's pretty obvious.
But then
'Cause
when
he
he
never-
chooses his family at the end, he's going to say no.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know the nuances that they were kind of thinking of in that situation. But I don't know. The fact that he never once speaks ill to Charlie, and he's just constantly roasting every other kid and every interjection that they make. Maybe Charlie's being the golden child and always saying the right thing. But to me, I think that he laid all of
what is there to
traps.
criticize about Charlie?
does call
There's no
him
fizzy
poor.
lifting drink.
Yeah.
I have a way to criticize
you're
him.
just happy to be here.
Charlie, you have weird habits with these toothpaste caps.
I think Charlie has the most devious plans of all when he's in there. Dude, if you think about it, all the other kids are like, yeah, I want to try to win. I'm going to do my best to win. I'm open about that. And Charlie's just like, oh, no, I'm pure. Anyway, sir, when was the first time you tried a chocolate bar? Do you remember your father, Mr. Wonka? It's like, dude, he redded the wiki page about Wonka.
He's a surgeon.
It's like your Roald Dahl. It's like all of the children in your orbit, like your famous actress wife, are like rich kids. Like you just fucking hate how much they chew gum and watch TV. The only good kids are the poor ones out there who I don't have access to or see anytime.
I met a vagrant
They're good,
today. He
probably.
was polite as shit.
Yeah. Shine my shoes for a cocoa bean.
Look at that.
He's talking about the how
Johnny Depp just saw Minas Tirith. He's like, the fuck?
Shut this closet door.
Found Charlie's skeletons.
And I was checking at that point. So like the Great Glass Elevator, I will just say real quick, that's super cool idea.
A great joke as well.
What do you mean?
Like when he keeps running into it.
Oh yeah,
And the funny part about that too is like
kind of cuts the tension a couple times.
it's like we're gonna fast forward a little bit here. At the end when he's shining his shoes,
Yeah,
like and he's pretending to like not be Wonka. And then the fact that elevator is right there, it's like, well, obviously he knew it was you.
yeah.
Like,
The elevator's just-
who else has an elevator that they're flying around? It's a great joke.
But Charlie is so humble. He'll just play along with this gig.
It's so great.
I also think whenever he runs into the elevator, it tracks just like in Pirates when he gets slapped and turns around and the camera like switches angles.
Yep, yeah.
It's kind of like that same
100%.
beat. It's like a
Physical comedy of
with Johnny Depp.
Yeah.
It's odd.
sudden.
Real quick. Sorry to interrupt.
Go for it.
Okay. There's this joke. I don't know if it's a joke. So when they're getting onto the glass elevator for the first time, they take their glasses off and they put it in a collection bucket, right? Which they did not need to shoot and did not need to include. In my mind, like, do you guys feel like that's a reference or maybe a subtle joke about the 3D movie craze?
Well,
like,
maybe. Yeah.
Like the idea that somebody would be walking out of the theater and doing the same thing or something along those lines. I don't know. Like for some reason, I got really stuck on that.
Did this have a 3D release?
I don't think it did.
I'll double check.
But it was around that time though. And so I don't know.
A few years before, right? Like
Yeah.
before 3D. So it probably didn't, but maybe a re-release did.
Yeah, I'm just curious why they would include that shot. It just seems so strange.
So is it when they're leaving the Mike TV area or
Yeah.
and they
put
turn in their glasses?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Why is it important that we know they turn their glasses in?
the only thing I can think of, because I've been around a lot of like manufacturing plants in my life.
Oh, like
And they were thinking about that when they made this movie.
cannot step foot on a manufacturing floor without having safety glasses on. And when you leave, they have like areas where you turn those things back in. Like that's the only thing I can think of. Is it was an operations type thing. It's something that's kind of like true to like what that would be, but that's the only thing I can think of, like to even like attach that to.
what I'm seeing according to Google is there was a IMAX 3D release, which I may have seen in Chicago.
Did you?
Yeah.
I don't remember if it was 3D, but
3D TVs really did die though, because you used to be able to like. They used to sell 3D TVs for your home, and you have those like dumbass glass glasses.
I feel like I did see it in 3D because I think that fucking like that's the whole point of the new Chocolate River boat scene. Is like it only looks good if it's in 3D. You know what I mean? Like it's like a roller coastery type made for the theater scene. But
Are we going to leave the factory now?
I was gonna say, Jeff, I want to come to you because I just checked. There's 20 minutes left of the movie after they crash
I
land.
have to address something before we leave.
Okay, go ahead, please. Yeah.
There's no fizzy lifting drinks moment.
There's not in the book, is there?
Damn it. Okay, but there's got to be one small relatable part to Charlie.
Because they're too afraid.
Acting a little bit ornery with your grandpa, doing something that's in the gray area that's like, I don't know, he's just too pure. I think I needed that before we're out of the factory. I just wanted to mention that. I know we're not harkening back too much, but
it's they're afraid because like what's one of the most iconic speeches that Gene Wilder has? I said, "Good day, sir." Like you lose, like, and so Johnny Depp doesn't want to try and take that on, and so they just make.
They're afraid. I thought you meant like Charlie and his grandpa are afraid.
No, there's not even an opportunity for Charlie to choose to do the right thing. He just stays alive. He just survives and advances through each exhibition on this tour. But Josh, I did want to say, let's compare it to the original.
Mm-hmm.
The one, I think 100-minute running time for the original. At the exactly 100-minute mark, Johnny Depp crashes into Charlie the Bucket's home. And there's a 20-minute extra piece. So this is literally the difference in terms of runtime from the original to this 20 minutes. Is it worth it? Will we get here in the end? I know we talked about kind of what happens.
It depends what mood you're in.
Yeah.
I think today when I was watching this, I was like in a groove with this movie and really enjoying it. And I was like, the movie could have ended here, but I'm enjoying this and being entertained. But I also had a part of my brain that knew like that was the end of the movie already. But that probably is just shaded by 1971.
I don't know. I think
it ends like, doesn't 1971 end and they're in the glass elevator still like just
Yippee!
fucking yeah.
A lot of Phantom Menace in that one.
I don't know. It's like the Johnny Depp relationship with his father isn't really central to the story. It's like we've wrapped up the main conflict with Charlie.
Great aesthetic though.
What do you mean? The winter?
The house out in the middle of like the winter, like
Very like Lost of them.
It's very Tim Burton that the house like disappears after Charlie leaves and his dad says he's gonna leave and the house.
This house is
it reminds me of something out of like a Charlie Kaufman movie. I don't know. I love
Purgatory or in a memory or something.
Yeah. Korey, what do you think about this? Like the daddy issues part of the movie, this resolution.
Yeah, well, I think the Wonka movies where he's hung up on his mom and or dad are the least good ones. There's daddy issue Wonka here, and of course we'll talk about mommy issue Wonka next week. But
oh no,
they give him his character arc. You know that a character needs an arc. They're giving it to this one, not Charlie, and he reconnects with his dad. They have a moment. It's very quick, right? He gets there. The dad's like, "Oh shit, it's you. I love you. All right, cool. We're good now. Charlie, you can bring your family. We're all good." Kind of just like, wipe your hands and call it a day.
I don't know. I think I'm like ready for the movie to be done at this point, and there's not a ton of funny and those little like moments of surprise humor of what have been carrying me through.
Charlie says
it's
something
funny you
like,
say that.
Well, sorry. You totally go ahead, Kylo.
Well, I watched the movie right up to that point when he's about to reconnect with his dad, and like that's when I pause it. I'm like, I'll watch the last 10 minutes later.
Yeah.
I like didn't care to continue.
I don't know. Yeah. There's just listen, it's kind of sweet with the shot of the house and the
my favorite shot of the whole movie.
And I like that like Johnny Depp now has family. I don't know. It's just it feels very different in a lot of ways. And I don't know.
My hope is that's miniatures. That's my hope. The ending scene.
I think it's CGI. I think it's all CGI.
I would hope that too. That's like classic Tim Burton, the miniatures. But with this movie, I think it's up in the air.
We get one more Deep Roy as the narrator. He's been the narrator the whole time. And I think that's the movie. Is there anything? Any final thoughts? Anything we didn't talk about?
Well, real quick, you forget to mention the thing that, the internet often brings up about this movie, which is that they just moved the Bucket's house into the factory.
That's true.
Like they don't get to live in better accommodations. They still have to live in a shitty little shack, but it's just in the factory now.
No, they choose to live in that. So, yeah, they want to be close.
They like sleeping like that?
There's no sex life for those grandparents anymore.
Dude. They're laying
it's
it
a
down.
miracle Charlie was conceived.
Okay, there's a little bit over the...
Charlie has seen too much as a child.
There's a little bit over the clothes stuff happening. That's it. Okay.
Well, so the funny thing about the grandparents is at one point, and I did the math on this. Let me see if I can find it. Grandpa Joe says we got 381 years between us. That means on average they're 95
Oh
years
my
old.
God.
Wait. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's insane. Like they should be decrepit beyond being able to speak.
He's up there tap dancing, Grandpa Joe.
Yeah.
He does give a little, I don't know if he did this already, but the yippee Stevie when he gets up.
I love this Stevie Yippee.
All right, any other
Speaking
final
of Phantom
thoughts?
Menace.
No, I do think there's a conversation to be had about the polyamorous nature of the grandparents' situation.
Polyamorous nature. They
I think-
trading spouses.
I think there's hand jobs given.
What?
left
There's
and
only so
right.
much you can do in a decrepit home all day.
Well, they
Dude,
can't move their legs. How are they reaching across? I don't think there's a lot of swinging going
You
on.
can't
I
get
think it's
away.
staying within the partnership.
No one said leg job. What's like,
No, wait.
Those women.
You say if they can't move their lower torso, you think they're reaching all the way around
Joe can.
to get to the other side of the bed? Oh, that's true.
Joe.
Joe's
Joe's hunting.
Joe's playing night
Joe's
crawlers all
hunting.
day.
Joe's on the
So he-
move.
That dog hunts, all right, boys. That dog hunts.
He's playing night crawlers in the blankets, moving around.
Because it can
So you're
be
saying-
done.
You're saying he's giving the hand job, is what I'm hearing.
He's taking some women to Pound Town.
He's doing everything.
Good for Joe, man. You know, he's not.
He's a little too happy with his current situation, and now we know why.
I think it's all four of them with each other. It's not just him with the women. That's all I'm saying. And I think they're classy about it and wait till everyone else is out of the house. And then they go nuts. Dude, Charlie's on his route. The dad is at the toothpaste factory, and the mom is out picking cabbage. And they get a solid 45 seconds to get it all out.
That's all you need.
That's all she does, by the way.
I don't know if you've read much about life in tenements, but I promise there wasn't much privacy going on.
I speaking of Ellen Bonham Carter, I know you talked about that, Korey, but she does that chocolate bar is crazy. That's
Yeah, buddy.
She broke up a few marriages doing that. Poor Emma Thompson.
I think that's all I had. Let's get into
What does she do all day?
who
She goes outside, picks a head of cabbage,
puts it in.
puts it in a pot,
bottle.
and boils it over and over all
Collects
day.
rainwater, boils soup.
She's kind of like a 2003 NPC. You know, like just does one
I
task.
feel like she needs to.
You need to go see the butcher in town.
You know what?
Yes. Oh, go see the butcher.
She's watching over the grandparents. Give her the benefit of the doubt. She's a carekeeper.
Don't
Josh,
need,
you're
you'll need weapons
diminishing-
on your mission.
You're diminishing the domestic
No,
responsibility.
she hasn't done
You know.
shit for this house, bro. Like this house is in
She should, like-
disarray.
Charlie doesn't need babies things. She should be out getting a job.
That's what I'm saying. Unless she's the carekeeper.
She's just lazy.
Okay, there's one thing I want to point out. This is totally original to this film and a choice for this movie. Charlie's dad is like saved through like capitalism. Like what? Like he becomes a repairman of the-
Maintenance.
That's interesting, right? Like that's kind of a weird choice. Like what? He's been studying maintenance. Like what? What
I was,
happened?
I was thinking about this a lot actually, because I feel like this movie has a weird, what exactly it's trying to say about capital is strange to me, right? Because
what happened to all the other factory workers who got fired? There's one repairman now who makes
Yeah.
slightly more. I don't-
he's one repairman, and it's like the classic, maybe it's very relevant to our current time in which we live, right? With ambulatory robots and artificial intelligence. It's doing the
It's optimistic,
pulling the
right?
yeah, it's pulling the optimism line where it's like, robots will take your jobs, but you'll have a job
but you
fixing
get a better
robot.
job.
So
yeah,
it's all going to be better. I was thinking about this while I was watching it. It's wild, like very mid 20th century to be like, what's the most fantastical place a person could go? A factory,
yeah.
and like Willy Wonka lays off his entire workforce, outsources, to cheaper labor. paid in cocoa beans.
It is kind of wild.
It's weird.
Yeah.
That's weird.
I would be.
Whoa, they did this to each other. There's an understanding.
I'd be livid if I used to work at that factory and things got tough. Then I realized you just hired like mini slaves.
Like, what would you call this? Like poor washing, when it's like you pretend like the poor people are the heroes in the movie, but really you're like, dude, owning a factory is tight as fuck, dude. Like, using slave labor is pretty dope.
And maybe that was all just propaganda about like, oh, all these spies and slugworths and stuff. It's a bunch of bullshit. It's all just a way for him to like.
This was very pro W. Capitalism is awesome.
He just needed a distraction to cut his entire workforce and replace him with slave labor.
Slaves, yeah.
Slugworth was a scapegoat.
Yeah.
Sorry that he also came up with a good candy idea.
None of that arc in this movie either.
Does Charlie continue to be a slave master?
Absolutely.
100%. No,
What are you talking about?
Whoa.
The reason Wonka picks a child is so he could inculcate him with whatever Wonka's on. You know what I mean? He's going to grow up and be like, yeah, this is the way that Mr. Wonka did it.
Can you imagine
keeping you
Charlie
guys-
talking to the Oompas being like, don't you wish you could leave? See
Dude.
the outside.
Do you remember that scene where it's like the slave Oompas whipping the shit out of a cow? It's like suspended from the.
Whipped cream?
It's like it's supposed to be this little funny pun. It's like that's horrific. They're
About
whipping
to
it.
drop it in the raptor pen. Yeah.
They go with a hard R in this movie, Pap. Choices were made, all right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
They say a hard R. Stevie, go ahead. Yes or no? Let's give some thoughts.
Me first?
In the middle, was it the scholars order? Is that what you called it, Shad?
Oh, yeah. This is for the intellectuals of the audience.
Yes, the scholars order to watch.
I know this movie is divisive. As people like love this movie or they flip and hate this movie. I enjoy this movie. There's aspects I don't at all, which is the Oompa Loompa songs. I think, like, in the fact that if a musical number is an absolute banger, don't have it in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, no one's gonna remember that shit. So, I think Johnny Depp's performance is really good. It's different from the Wonka that we get from the 70s. I think the absurdist humor, kind of the deadpan humor in this movie is really great. I love the Tim Burton aesthetics. I also love the wardrobe in this movie. It's very different. And I also give credit to any movie that doesn't have a very specific time period. So I'll just give this a yes. I enjoy it. I don't enjoy that Freddie Highmore is just Jesus the entire time. It's a little annoying, but that's why we get the Johnny Depp parts with his dad, because you need an arc somewhere. So I'll give this movie a yes. I think it's an enjoyable movie.
I'll go ahead and go next. I know we've been trying to avoid the comparisons, but I do remember, like I said, going to the theater. I was, I think, 15 years old with my family and being like, I wonder how they're going to do this, because the first one is such a classic movie. Like, how are they going to make another one? And it zigs in a lot of places. Some I like a lot. Like, I think there's some funny jokes, and I kind of do like that it's a little edgier. Some I don't like the CGI, like having one Oompa Loompa. Pretty much a lot of the CGI.
In camera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just get more actors. This is way easier and better. I don't know. But I think I'll give it a yes, too. I like, it makes me laugh. And I think it's very enjoyable. And I think in a vacuum, I would view it in like the kind of mouse hunt zone of just like a super stylized, weird, funny movie, not as good as Mouse Hunt.
Not as good as Mouse Hunt.
And I think a lot of the hate for this movie, which I think is still fair, is like, why would you watch this when a better one exists? But I think this one's different enough in some places to be, have a purpose of being watched. So I'll give it a yes, just a regular old yes. Let's go Shad.
Yeah. So I'm gonna qualify this a lot. I'm gonna give this a yes. And I realize that Kylo is right now fuming right now on the other end of the line, waiting to get this a no.
Don't worry, I'm not concerned with your opinion. Like it if you like it, man. It's all good.
Yeah,
but I'm good.
I'm gonna make an argument from Kylo. Nostalgia. I think this movie was just very formative for me, and so I didn't mention this before, but part of the thing with this movie is that my mother was a massive fan of the books. She had a rough upbringing, and it was her comfort project. So she would read this. She read it, over and over again in her situation, and she loved this movie. it was her favorite version of the movie. And it was because it was closer to the book and whatnot. And she also was Gen X, so she had like that love for Johnny Depp that is innate in being Gen X. And so she loved this movie, and I've seen it a bunch, so I'm going to have it there. As far as like the specifics of it go, I think the performance is, as I said earlier, singular, strange, it's weird. I like seeing that. It's funny to imagine what the other version of this movie would be like, because Tim Burton was asked who else he would have play Willy Wonka, and he said if Johnny Depp didn't work out, it was going to be Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. So imagine a Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson version of this movie.
Can you smell?
This is Skinny Rock era too. So it'd be Skinny Rock, Charlie in the Chocolate Factory.
It's horrifying.
But no, I think that this movie, like when it first came out, had really positive critical reception, and people have since soured on it, right? But one gauge that I would make for like a yes or no, because we're doing the binary here, is did I ever like feel bored or I wanted out of the movie? Like I never once felt that. And like I feel like that's something that's come across in our conversation here, where it's like, yeah, it's compelling enough, it's inoffensive, and it's got its funny moments to the point where it's like, yeah, this is a movie that I would say, yeah, you wouldn't be wasting your time watching this. This is worth watching. So at the very least, I would say that. So I'm going to give it a yes.
Kylo.
Hello, this is Korey.
Sorry.
I'm going to give this movie a no, a definite no. So with this movie, I think I kind of known this in the back of my mind, and maybe I've like put this together during this episode a little bit, but I feel like this is one of those like young millennial versus old millennial movies where like young millennials like it and old millennials don't. Young millennials probably saw this when they were 12. Old millennials saw it when they were 20. So I think that's a little bit of a factor maybe in the background. I'm sure that's not 100% applicable to everyone. I feel like this movie has to be compared to the original in some ways when it comes to like the quality of it, as does any like second adaptation like this, right? Like I mentioned The Shining earlier, right? You're going to see the 90s Shining. You can't help but compare it to the Kubrick Shining. I do think it has a little bit less edge and less bite than the Gene Wilder version. Definitely less cynicism from Willy Wonka. There are a couple funny parts. I did laugh sometimes at this movie. I talked about some of them, but one of them I didn't talk about is a small moment when Veruca's dad like hands Wonka his card. He's like, I deal with nuts, and he gives him the card. Wonka like takes it, but doesn't like look at the dad, but like tosses it over his shoulder.
Yeah.
It's just like a very smooth motion, like quick bit of comedy. I think one of the things that bothers me in a big way about this movie, I still think about it. I was thinking about it before I watched it for this podcast, is the fucking boat tunnel scene and how disappointing that was. And like, I still remember what I was expecting from that. In fact, the overall aesthetic of this movie, I just expected a lot more from Tim Burton. This is when his style started to shift, and became more CGI oriented. It just has this like kind of gross plastic aesthetic, these movies, like not just this one, but like Alice in Wonderland and movies he did beyond, as opposed to like, the Beetlejuice aesthetic, which feels very like dirty and real, more miniatures, more stop motion. I thought it would be more in line with that. So I kind of thought it would be perfect. That the introduction, like for example, of the candy room, which is supposed to be a big scene, definitely a big scene in the original, very disappointing and underwhelming in this version. And then at the center of it all for me is Depp as Willy Wonka, which I think is just one of his most bizarre choices in any role he's ever done. A point in my life when I realized not everything he touches will be gold. And that has been proven true a few times since as well. Don't love the music. Charlie has no arc. We've talked about those. That's all I got. No for me.
It's funny you mentioned the Tim Burton thing. There's two feature films in between Sleepy Hollow and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, and it feels like those are two way different eras of Tim Burton. Like that.
Planet of the Apes.
Planet of the Apes and Big Fish are in between, which is kind of like, I don't know. It's kind of like that's the transitioning happening before our eyes.
That's it.
Yeah. Last but not least, I have no idea we're going to come down on this. So I was curious. And also, I want you to confirm who will be hosting next week and the week after. please.
I don't even know what order we're doing these in.
Get the scholars order.
I don't know what's number 2 in the scholars order. No one ever said what's number 2 in the scholars order.
Read a book.
Yeah. That's only incidental. It doesn't matter. What's important is you watch this first.
Go ahead.
This is Josh from Goshen. I think there's a couple things about watching it now in 2025 that were interesting to me. One was basically anytime Willy Wonka talked about an effect he had placed on a consumable food item, I immediately just thought, oh, like that sounds cancerous. Like FDA not approved. Like Mike TV getting shot across the room in particles is like obviously radioactive. But then even earlier in the movie where they're like, he invented an ice cream that stays cold even in the hot sun. It's like, dude, do not eat that under any circumstance.
It's just rubber.
You know that exists, right? Now
Hawaiian Punch.
No, they have them. They've made a type of unmeltable ice cream. It doesn't stay cold, but it stays solid the whole time.
Don't eat it.
I'm not
Sounds
sure
really
about
bad
that.
for your intestines.
The other thing is that I think there's credence to what Kylo is saying about older and younger millennials, because I hated this movie when I saw it in 2004 or 2005. And I think because I disliked it so much then, I was expecting so little now, and I really enjoyed it today. I was able to let go of the comparisons to 71. Johnny Depp's performance did actually delight me. The first two times
Josh is sweating saying this.
the first 2 times he spoke, the high-pitched voice threw me off. But then I just thought it was hilarious, and I was like, he's committing to this. I'm going to give this a yes, but my one big high perspective negative about this movie, it's the American dream where we all think we're a potential billionaire, essentially. We're all a potential golden ticket winner. Like any one of us at any time, if you pulled your bootstraps up enough, could get one of 5 tickets to freedom. I don't know. There's just kind of a bad, like, what they're doing at the beginning of the movie is essentially buying lottery tickets. And that's what this family is spending their last dime on. And that's a little bit ugly. But it's a yes for this movie. Highly entertained by the American dream.
This is a British way, actually. Well, we're 1-0 into the Wonka.
That's fair.
The Wonderful World of Wonka deep dive. Next week we'll do Timmy and Stevie. You want to host?
So, for what reason is Timothée the second of the Scholars Order?
Well, you have to know how Wonka became Wonka, right?
Right now we know his parents.
Between Halloween and not talking to his dad, there's a lot to fill in.
Yeah, we need both of the origin stories before we can get to the meat of the actual good movie. But
I hope we can answer a question that you guys will not forget when we get to the next one, which is, which version of Wonka did Timothée Chalamet become?
Oh,
I like this. I like this a lot. I do have a super quick trivia. It's the closest to, but it involves some math. We're going to go number of days the Johnny Depp defamation trial lasted.
Oh my God. Divided by the amount of times Amber Heard mentioned poop in her testimony.
No. Plus, that would be awesome. That would be... Damn, dude. If I knew I was hosting. Plus the number of Depp Burton collabs. Plus the number of years Roald Dahl was married in total. He had 2 marriages, one to actress Patricia Neal, who starred across the Paul Rudd in not Paul Rudd. What's the guy?
Newman?
Paul Newman in HUD. Yes, Paul Newman in HUD, and Felicity Crossland. So once again, Depp trial length, Depp Burton films, Dahl marriage years. Josh, start with you.
Ooh, I hate to go first because I want to take a lowball under answer. I bet you he's married with 2 women for a total of like 5 years. I think there's been I'll say 4 collabs. That's 9. And what's the first length of the trial?
Length of the trial in days.
2. So I'll say 5, 4, so 11.
Stevie?
The Queen's number. Let's go with 39.
Good guess.
You're pretty consistent with that.
Always have been. Always will
Seems to
be.
work out. Shad?
Okay. For some reason, I feel like that trial went on longer than just a few days.
Wait, it was
for Roald-
days or years?
Days.
Oh, days.
I said days multiple times. You want to change your guess? Yeah. Good.
Now that Shad has said it went on for longer, you want to change your
No,
guess?
I'll hold. I'll just essentially
There's
take the
nothing on the
low.
line.
I just got the low.
Okay.
Who's going to be the Wonka? Who's going to be the Gloop?
So I'm guessing that Roald Dahl was married for a total of 20 years.
Mm.
I think the trial went on for probably like 3 or 4 months. So I'm going to say 112 days. And then last one was the Depp movies.
Yeah.
I'm saying like 6. Because I can think of 4, so I imagine there's 2 more. Let's just call it like an even 175.
Oh, it's so nice.
This is a good one.
That's great.
We got permission to use this shit. Go
From
ahead.
the artist.
Last but not least,
Hear that, Oscar? Permission from the artist.
we got it.
We got the
I can
receipts.
show you. Just please don't.
One of the original spoilers music files.
Korey.
I'm gonna go. I'll go one under Shad, 174.
Gotta do some math here.
Well, what are the statistics of everything you asked? What are the actual days?
So, the trial lasted for 50 days.
Oh,
I thought it was like
Ouch.
2
I
years.
thought it was like 8 days.
Ouch.
There were 8 Depp Burton collabs,
Dang.
Okay.
and I got 37 years married for Roald Dahl.
Okay.
30 to the first wife.
I'm
7 to the
sorry,
second.
bro. I judged.
So the winner, with a guess of 39,
Let's go.
Shit.
is Stevie. Stevie, you know the drill. But before you go real quick, I do want to just shout out those who have sent us that we were in their top podcasts on Spotify. It's pretty cool.
That's awesome.
Pretty fun. One person said 5,000 minutes listened or something. I think she was only like a top 12%. So it's pretty cool. It was like, I think it ended up being 8 days of spoilers she listened to. Good use of time.
There we go.
Good use of time.
Stevie?
Okay. For those of you who've like listened to me do trivia for quite a few years now, I always say the Queen's number 39.
Mm-hmm.
That's because Queen has a song called 39 written by and sang by Brian May. That's absolutely fantastic. It's my favorite Queen song. It just kind of goes right. It's kind of like Josh doing 420. It just makes sense, right?
Yes.
Um,
It's a good one.
I don't really have a hot take. I'll just say for anybody who hasn't watched Welcome to Derry yet, I would suggest they do. It feels like a Stephen King book come to life. Even though it's a prequel of it, it's very, very well done, very well acted.
Scary?
A little bit, but I mean, like the main character is Dick Halloran. Like it's so cool.
Better than the second It movie?
It's better than the It movies in general. Like it's better. It's probably the best media of It besides the book.
Oh.
It feels like a Stephen King novel. Very, very good. I mean, I hope they do it for at least 3 or 4 years. I would just tell all of our listening audience to watch that. And if
Is there a kid gangbang?
huh?
Is there a kid gangbang?
Handsies.
Yeah,
It's over the pants stuff.
Mm. Different than
Much like the grandparents in the bed
Yeah.
situation.
over the hand, over the pant, over the clothes stuff, and then
Just soaking type stuff.
for anybody who like wants to watch someone delve into madness, where it's bordering on the line of like sad and comedy, watch The Chair Company with Tim Robinson. It's absolutely hysterical and sad all at once, like most of his media is. And that's it. That was spoilers.
Special thank you to our patrons: Matt Troll, Brother Brian, Druid King, Nick, The Meg, Nurse Stacy, The Wolf, Barky 420, PK, Spencer, Gale, Swole, Cheese Zombie, Sebastian, Dr. Lars, Stone Cold Austin, Nephew Quinn, Best Friend Drew, Shaddy Daddy, Jimmy the Cricket, Optimus E, the Ayatollah of Rock and Rolla, Derbs, Teddy Ruxpin, Anton Mickelson. If you'd like to request an episode, hear your name read by Spoiler Man, or even just help us make podcasts, please check us out on patreon.com/spoilerspodcast. Be sure to check out Korey's podcast, Big Dumb Movie. Our email is podcastspoilers@gmail.com. Twitter is @spoilers_pod. Our Instagram is podcast spoilers. It's lit. Josh Hensley from the Rutabaga wrote our theme song.
If you guys have a second, I had an idea for what would be a funny post-spoilers quick convo.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I just wondered what you guys thought of Quentin Tarantino trashing Paul Dano and such.
So odd.
That dude wronged him at some point in his
Why?
career.
Like, what a weird shot. I think it's horseshit, dude. It's just like, just make a fucking movie. Like, I don't even care if that's his opinion, but it's just like,
Is that a sign that he doesn't really plan on making movies, that he's just willing to throw actors under the bus because he doesn't give a shit?
he's such a baby, dude. He's so afraid of making a bad movie. Just make a movie.
When is the critic coming out?
It's not.
Or whatever it's called.
He trashed
Moviegoer? Really?
Yeah. he trashed it.
Someone leaked the script to like their cousin, and he's like, "Oh, that's it."
Nope, can't do it.
So he's done then, I imagine.
It's going to be stalling hard Paul
He's
Dano.
gonna
I think
George R. Martin this shit.
I think we're not going to know it, but at some point around Christmas time of 2028, you're going to see Kill Bill Volume 3 hit the screens.
You think so?
Ouch.
Yeah. I do.
That's been being said though for like 15 years, right?
Would she come back?
I think it would
Just get
probably be
Maya.
Uma's daughter.
Oh, interesting.
She is
She
a
looks just like her.
pretty good actress. too.
Yeah.
My one defense of him is like, I kind of get just having actors that like rub you the wrong way.
Paul Dano rubs you the wrong way?
No, but I have actors that rub me the wrong way. So like, I think it's kind of funny to hear his like honest take about like who. He also said Owen Wilson and Matthew Lillard drove him nuts, and they're like uninteresting.
Lillard?
Yes.
Of all people?
Yes, he sniped
What'd
him
he do?
and Owen Wilson.
Why is he catching strays? Owen I get, but why is Matthew Lillard catching strays?
Honestly, that
So
kind of
odd.
rocks because he's basically just taking all the Reddit coded actors and knocking them down one by one. I know, not to say that they're bad actors or anything, but I think he's trying to slaughter sacred cows on purpose.
The only thing I can think of what
He
happened.
didn't shoot Brendan Fraser otherwise.
Yeah, there we go.
Ooh,
That or Keanu Reeves. That'd be where you really go.
Still got some bullets in his
the
chamber.
only thing I can think of is this: is Quentin is such a my material is my material, not yours type person. The only thing I can think of is Paul Dano read for Quentin or sent in a tape or at some point, and his version of what he did pissed him off so much, he was just like, fuck this man and all of his being. That's the only thing I can think of because he's such a narcissist. I mean, which rightfully so, he's an amazing writer, but like he gives very little wiggle room to his actors.
And Paul Dano's probably just trying to work really
He's trying
hard
to riff
and be super creative.
figure it out. And
give
he's like,
them
no, yeah. So I think that's what happened.
Maybe he didn't realize he's supposed to be twins.
Paul Dano was probably thinking, I would have pulled it back if he wanted to. Yeah, he just wanted to show him everything.
I'm just, like, giving him options here.
Just a brainstorm.
I'm sure that he's just been in show business long enough, though. Like I know a lot of people who work in show business, and there's this thing that happens the longer you've been doing it. And you can like see this happen with media personalities who like commentate on movies, music, etc. As they gain fame, they have more access to the talent, and they start to mediate everything that they say. You know what I mean? They start to be friends with everybody, right? Like the classic one is like never trash Ringo in front of a working musician, right? Like that's the barometer on how much shit people are willing to talk. Like if they're not willing to talk shit on Ringo, it means like, okay, this is somebody who's worked, they're looking for their career first.
Yeah.
I imagine he's just sort of sick of that at this point. Not to say that Paul Dano deserves it, but I'm sure he's just
such a weak, uninteresting guy.
Dude, he read for him.
What the
he would 100% read for it.
That's crazy, dude. No one deserves that.
He said that what is the movie called? Blood.
There Will Be Blood.
I keep wanting to say No Country for Old Men. Yeah, he keeps saying There Will Be Blood is supposed to be a two-hander, meaning like two actors of equal volume going at each other. And that's what he keeps pointing out, is that Daniel Day-Lewis just like stomps all over.
And we
Interesting.
kind of talked about that in the pod, though.
Love and Mercy.
You did.
Yeah.
Love and Mercy. You're telling me that's bad? Like, that's an amazing movie. He's amazing in that. Like,
But we did talk about like how there was levels to this game and There Will Be Blood. Like Daniel Day-Lewis like put on the performance of a fucking lifetime.
Yeah.
And well, QT should have loved the ending because he bashes Paul Dano's brains in with a bowling pin.
yeah.
I gotta go, guys.
All right, that's a good ending. See y'all.
Auf Wiedersehen.
I'll stop the recording too. That's cool.
Yay.
That was Spoilers.